I would like to share with you some sacred things which in principle, they are never discussed anywhere, but they are important for us, for all of us. They are important for our children, for our grandchildren. This is what is called our relatives in heaven. Our relatives in heaven are in a certain noosphere. Vernadsky gave us the concept of the noosphere, as did others. A French scientist, someone, also gave us knowledge about the noosphere. But this is still only partial knowledge. Or perhaps they gave complete knowledge, but it was cut off for us. In other words, the knowledge we receive is incomplete, and for us, for everyone, this is considered the proper way of things. So that people do not know too much. Because the knowledge that is given to us, let's say from childhood, is absorbed by us from a young age, and then it begins to sprout in our minds like seeds. And we draw the right conclusions for ourselves. But if this profound knowledge is not readily given, well, perhaps by the very end of our earthly lives, we might truly start to deeply understand something significant. We then begin to fully comprehend that the entire physical world is not at all as we initially imagine it to be in its true essence. When people eventually pass away and die, they do not truly disappear from our tangible world. They undeniably also remain present within our world, but their existence is manifested in a profoundly different way. It's hard for them, it's more difficult for them. Here is hell and paradise, and the river Styx, and that ferryman. All of this, my friends, exists in our lives. Only what is called an illusion in our eyes, what is thrown in our eyes, how we are surrounded in this world by an illusory reality, it does not give us the opportunity to communicate with our ancestors. Remember Vanga? She was communicating with those deceased souls. Now, after Vanga has died, yes, now they start telling us, oh, it was all untrue, oh, it was all KGB fabrications. But all of it was true. Vanga went through a very severe trauma. As a little girl, she was raped by a man and he gouged out her eyes. He even threw sand in her eyes, specifically so she would never recognize or see him. That's why, for people like her, when they go through immense misfortune, enormous stress associated with pain, other forces awaken, especially since she lost her sight. That means other centers in her were activated with which she sensed life. And she could see life, the afterlife, that was right next to us. They are right next to us. They try to talk to us, but we don't know them. We don't see them, because that's how we were made. Our world is closed off from us. They say it's supposedly so that we won't be afraid. But Vanga wasn't afraid, so why should we be? No, we won't be afraid if this becomes our world, a world of interaction. I want to tell you one thing. When people leave us for another world, they want to have with us a continuation of our communication. They want to have a spiritual connection with us. They truly lose it because we don't fully and deeply understand the profound truth is that what we should do when our beloved relatives, our cherished relatives, pass away and ascend to a higher place. We don't understand indeed, but the reality is that we truly should. Because in this lies the continuation of our life, the continuation of your descendants' lives, and the continuation of the lives of those who have passed away. I will teach you, my friends, and you should put this into practice. Otherwise, none of your wishes will come true, none of them. All the hardships in your life will become sharper and sharper. Because our relatives who go to heaven, they try to live together with us. They are in need. They need our warmth. They need our thoughts, our good thoughts. Of course, you can say bad things about bad people who have passed away. Don't dwell on that. If a person during their life never thought twice about being rude to you, about killing your relatives, about doing nasty things to you, then you shouldn't dwell on it either, in your bad thoughts about them. Why? Because when you think badly of them, when they are there in the afterlife, you are making things worse for them there. They perceive the situation even more painfully. So think about everyone. Think badly of those who have passed away and were your enemies, so that they receive retribution there for what they did. Thinking well of bad people is a punishment for you. That will be your punishment in the future. When you pass away, that will be your punishment. You will remember everything, all the times you thought well of bad people. We are taught incorrectly. That's why many people on earth suffer from their wrong thoughts, from their wrong actions. People suffer. But who will teach what is right? Well, probably the church should have taught that. But the church teaches something completely different. The church teaches you to serve yourself, to pray the way the church teaches. No. You pray for your loved ones. But pray the way your heart tells you, the way your desire and please guide you. When you pass by a cemetery, any cemetery, pray for your ancestors. You pass by a cemetery that has nothing to do with your ancestors, but you pray for those who are buried there. For your ancestors. That's right, you don't know who is buried there. But you, because you see the cemetery before you, you see the graves of those people who are nearby. And they feel it if you think about them. And be sure that when at that moment you call upon your relatives, especially those who have just passed away, and pray for them. For those who have just passed away then. At this time, your entire lineage will be grateful to you and will support you. These prayers, your own personal ones, in your own words, should be spoken. Don't recite those prayers, but that's just my opinion. You can do as you wish. I'm just sharing my own personal opinion with you. Don't recite the prayers that someone else has taught you. Why? Because those prayers work on a special egregore that does not concern your family. Or perhaps he was created in defiance of and destruction of your family nest, especially those who lived before the revolution. Do you understand why? I am Tanya Karatsubasid Barkan, December 11th, 2025. Sacred knowledge, small but very important. Very important.